Hello everybody, welcome to your special at-home yoga edition for kids. My name's Jen and I'm going to be teaching you a practice today all about practicing and growing kindness, because we all need a bit of that at the moment. Kindness towards ourselves, kindness towards each other, to the situation we're in, and to the earth as well. That's really important. So let's find our comfortable seated position, which is called our neat and tidy pose. So crossing your legs, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you want to tuck your chin slightly towards your chest so you can feel the back of the neck really elongate and get nice and long and tall. And we can bring our hands to our heart center. That's it, lovely. Maybe close the eyes. And then we'll bow our heads and say our magic yogi word, Namaste. Now show me your fingers. Show me your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. And then pinch your thumb on your first finger. Bring your hourglasses to your eyes and say to me or to anybody else you're with right now, hello. Our owl hellos. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. And then bring your hands back to your lap. Right, so now we're ready. We've said hello to each other. We're going to start our practice with the sound of the singing bowl. So we're going to tune in our ears here. And if you want to, when you can't hear the sound of the singing bowl anymore, then you can put your finger on your nose to really show me that you are in tune with your ear and your ears are switched on. Okay, are you ready? Listening up. Is your finger on your nose? Oh, I think mine is. Very good. Now we're going to do a bit of breathing practice. It's really important in our yoga practice that we breathe into our bellies. And we're going to use this special breathing ball to help us see how we should breathe. So it's very easy, especially when we are living in times at the moment which we might be a little bit worried and a bit sad and a bit confused. We can tend to breathe quite shallow into the tops of our lungs. What we need to be doing is breathing into our bellies. Maybe you want to put your hand onto your belly so you can feel as you breathe in. Imagine you have a big ball inside your belly and it's getting bigger and bigger, so your hand is raising up and up and up. And as you breathe out, get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, let's do that 3 more times. Are you ready? Making sure that you're staying nice and seated in your neat and tidy pose and your back is nice and straight and long. Okay, all together, breathing in through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more time, breathing in. Really feeling yourself slowing down on every breath out. One final time together, breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely. Do you feel calmer? Have a little check-in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? We're going to start some moving now. Are you ready? We're going to do our hello sun, hello earth, sun salutations, because we're practicing kindness to the earth and to ourselves. I thought it would be really nice to teach you through how we do our hello sun and hello earth sun salutations. So up you get. And you're going to find your way to, stand over here, the top of your mat. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. You're going to stand nice and tall here in your mountain pose. Now on your next breath in, you're going to breathe in, reach your arms over your head and say, hello, sun. And as you breathe out, you're going to take a nice bend in your knees as you bring your hands down to the earth, and maybe you can say, hello, earth. Pat the earth. Thank you, earth, for supporting us every day. And now, place your hands down. You're going to step one foot back. Step the other foot back. And feel strong here in your plank pose. And then on the next breath out, lower your knees, your chest and your chin all the way down to the earth. And on your next breath in, you're going to snake your way up into your baby cobra, looking up towards the ceiling. And snaking all the way down. Tuck your toes, push yourself up into your downward facing dog. Lovely. And maybe you can pedal out your heels in your downward facing dog. Very nice. Maybe you want to be a happy downward facing dog. Let's bring some fun into our practice so we can breathe in, reach our right leg up, and we can bend our leg and wag our tail, wag our right tail, and lower that down. And breathe in, bring your other leg up and bend that knee and start wagging that tail. Nice. Lovely. Then lower that leg down. And we're going to jump to our feet to our hands like a little frog. We can sit in our frog pose for a minute. Then we're going to lower down into our forward fold and say, hello, earth. Thank you, earth. Thank you, earth. Thank you, earth. On your next breath in, bring your arms up over your head and say, hello, sun. Hands together and through to your heart space. Awesome. Shall we try one more time? Yes, let's do it. So standing in your mountain pose, you know what's coming this time, so I know you're going to be prepared for this. Breathing in, reach your arms over your head and saying this time, maybe we can say hello to, what else can we say hello to? The stars, the clouds, the rain maybe? Hello clouds, hello stars. And then bending your knees, bring your hands down towards the earth and patting the earth, maybe saying thank you to the soil, to the ground that we're standing on. Thank you to everything that supports us every day. Now planting your hands down, step your left foot back this time. Nice big leap. And step your right foot back into your plank pose. Feel strong in your plank pose. And lower down your knees and your whole of your body to the earth. And you're going to snake your shoulders up, making sure your shoulders are rolled away from your ears. And you're going to snake your way all the way down. Tuck your toes, push yourself up. Downward facing dog, lovely. Maybe pedal out your heels, maybe take a quick wag again if you want. Be your happy downward facing dog. Lovely. Remembering to do both sides if you're choosing to take this option. Lower down. Now looking in between your hands and jumping your feet to your hands like a little froggy. Breathing out as you bend over your legs into a nice forward fold. And this time, we're going to take our opposite elbows with our opposite hands. So we're going to hang out like a ragdoll here. Yes, that's nice. And you really want to release the back of the neck in your ragdoll pose. Maybe you can start swaying the body from side to side. Lovely. Keeping a nice bend in your knees. Nice. And then releasing your hands down. And one final time, we're going to pat the earth. Say, thank you, earth. Thank you, earth. Let's be kind to our earth. And take a nice deep breath in as you come up to standing. Bring your hands and arms over your head. And we'll say, hello, stars. Hello, planets. Hello, moon. And bring your hands through to your heart center. Nice. And let's shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh, that was good. I feel like we've practiced a good bit of loving kindness to the earth now and to the sun and to everything around. Now, we're going to challenge our balance here. So finding your way, both of your toes together, heels slightly apart. And we're going to bring all of our weight into one of our legs here. And then we're going to slowly start bringing our right leg, or one of our legs, it doesn't matter which one, our right leg up. Oh, and if you feel comfortable here, you can bring your foot maybe to your ankle, maybe to your inner leg up here, but just making sure you don't rest it on your knee. That's really important. And you found your way into your tree pose. Amazing. So bringing your hands to your heart center. Maybe if you're struggling to balance and you're feeling like a wobbly tree, you can try and find somewhere on the floor that isn't moving. Lovely. Really nice. And you feel strong here in your tree pose. Maybe you can imagine, or you can say, if you're practicing with someone, what sort of tree you might be. Would you be an oak tree? Would you be a willow tree? Willow trees are my favourite. You could be any tree in the whole wide world. Which one would it be? Whichever one it is, you're standing nice and tall and strong. Maybe if you want to, you can bring your breath over your head or reach your arms into the sky. And then bring your hands back through to your heart space, and we're going to come into our eagle pose. Oh, so keeping all your weight on that foot, you're going to bring your right leg out, maybe give it a little squeeze, and then you're going to bring your right leg over your left. Ooh. And then you're going to bring your left arm and your right arm up like this. Oops. See, doesn't matter if you fall out, you just go back in again. Bring your left arm over your right into your eagle pose. Amazing. Oh, this is a real challenging one for the balance. Lovely. Remembering to breathe deeply into your bellies here. We'll take one more breath here. And on your next breath in, take a nice breath in and you reach your arms up and you come back down. Ooh, and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh, you feel that in your left leg? Wow, that feels strong, right? Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. But this time, if you're practicing with anyone today, then make sure they're close enough to you, because we're going to make a forest, so make sure you can touch each other's palms. But if you're on your own, you're just practicing with me, that's also fine. So you're going to take all your weight into your right leg this time. And you're going to bring your left leg up. Or your other leg, if you switched before, it doesn't matter. And then slowly, once you're ready, coming into your tree pose on the other side. Now this is a good chance to practice your silent forest, because if you do so, and you have your neighbours next to you, or one neighbour, to see if that makes a difference to how easy or how difficult it is to balance. Is it easier? If you are practicing with somebody, is it easier? Ask yourself that question, or maybe ask your neighbour, whether it's your mum or dad or friend, or your brother or sister or grandma. It's a bit easier if you are practicing with somebody else, isn't it? Yeah, so it's nice when we support each other in our silent forest pose. Well done. But if you're like me and you're on your own, you can bring your arms over your head. You can open your branches out towards the world. Lovely. And imagine yourself as your special chosen tree, whatever tree that might be. You're standing tall and strong and unique, because every single person, just like me and you, everyone is special and everyone is unique. And bring your hands through to your heart center. Now you're going to keep that leg lifted. Ooh. And we're going to come into our eagle pose. So what we're going to do is step, bring our left leg over our right, and then bring our arms up in front of us. Bring our right arm over our left this time. Lovely. And you're going to find that point of focus that isn't moving. Lovely, well done. You're going to breathe nice and deeply here into your belly, don't forget. Feel strong here, challenge your balance here. But also be kind to yourself. If you fall out like I did, it's fine. Just get back into it again. Taking one more breath here. And then on our final breath in, we're going to reach our wings nice and open and lower back down to the earth. And shake it all out, shake it all out, shake it all out. Nice. Now, take your feet nice and wide. We're going to move into our sunflower pose because we're all about growing kindness today. So take your feet really, really nice and wide, toes pointing out, heels pointing in. And you're going to bend in your knees like this. Oh, very good. And what we're going to do in our sunflower pose, this is a really nice big movement, so big gestures in this pose. As we breathe in, we straighten our legs, bring our arms over our head. And as we breathe out, we fold over our legs, come down to the earth, and we can sweep our hands. And then we breathe in, make a nice big circle, like big petals of a flower opening into our sunflower. Breathing out. Nice. We'll do 3 more together. Nice deep breath in, straighten those arms and legs. Breathing out. 2 more times. Breathing in, open those petals up towards the sun. Maybe say hello sun again at the top. And breathing out. One final time here as we breathe in, reach the arms over the head, straighten the legs. And breathe out. Nice. And then slowly we're going to bring ourselves up to standing, straighten the legs. Head comes up the very last. And we can pigeon toe our feet in together and find our grounding here for a moment. Lovely. Now, we're going to move to our mats or the carpet or wherever you're practicing today. So we're going to come into our cat and cow pose. So let's do it through our hello sun, hello earth. So breathing in, reaching your arms up. Hello sun. And bending your knees, bringing your hands down to the earth. Hello earth. Pat, 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 pat. Now plant your hands, and this time you're going to step back into your plank pose just for a moment. Feel nice and strong. And then lower your knees, untuck your toes, and walk your hands back a little bit, maybe into cat and cow. Very nice. So in our cat and cow, we want to make sure that our knees are hip width apart and our knees are in line with our hips. And our hands are also shoulder width apart and they're in line with our shoulders. Nice, so we're going to show some kindness to our spines now in our cat and cow pose. So as we breathe in, you allow your belly to fall towards the earth, lift your gaze up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, you're going to curve your spine, push the ground away, and bring your chin towards your chest into your angry cat sound. Can you do an angry cat sound? And breathe into our happy cat. Breathing out, angry cat. One more time here, breathing into our happy cat, looking up towards the sky. And breathing out, angry cat. Nice. And now we're going to bring our toes together and sit back onto our heels. And then slowly we're going to come into our mouse pose. So we want to bring our heads all the way down to the mat. And we want to bring our arms alongside our body. And you can hold onto your feet here in your mouse pose. How small a tiny little mousy ball can you be? Can you make yourself even smaller? Maybe bring your knees together and maybe try and touch your forehead towards your knees. Really make yourself as small as can be.
not forgetting to breathe deeply here. Lovely. Can you feel yourself slowing down? I can. And then bringing both hands down to the mat. Slowly we're going to sit back up. And we're going to sit round and bring our legs out in front of us. Now we're going to come to our last couple of poses before we do a little bit of a relaxation. So what you want to do is give your hugs a really nice little squeeze. Maybe you can bring your nose and try and fit it in between your knees like this. Very good. And imagine that we are a little butterfly who's closed themselves off to the world. And what we want to do is we want to take a nice deep breath in, remembering our belly breath, as we roll our shoulders open, open our wings and hold on to our feet as we start to fly. Lovely. And we feel nice and tall and proud in our butterfly pose. Feeling like we are connected to our body, opening up our hips in areas that we don't normally do. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we become tiny again, become tiny, small. And breathe in, roll the shoulders open and start to fly. Lovely, everyone. And you can start to bring your knees up a little more, maybe going a bit slower. Or you can take them a little bit faster. Ooh. Very good. And one final time, get really, really small. Hug your knees all as close as you can in towards your body. And then opening your shoulders, rolling your shoulders back. And one final time, we're going to fly. Ah, lovely. Really good, everybody. Well done. And now we're going to bring our legs out nice and long. Oh. And we'll take a little forward fold here. So, do you see how I'm seated with a nice straight back? Can you do the same? And you want your toes pointing towards your face here. Nice. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in as we bring our arms up and over our head, alongside our ears. And as we breathe out, we're going to fold towards our toes, but making sure that our shoulders stay nicely away from our ears, and we're not rounding our spine like this, but we're nice and open like this. Do you see the difference? Well done. So if it means that you don't touch your toes today, that's absolutely fine. You can have your hands just on your shins instead, or you can have your hands on your thighs like this. But it's much better this or this than this. Do you see? So find your way in your forward fold. Lovely. Now this is actually called our river pose, so maybe we can try 2 more rounds, and we can imagine as we breathe in, we're gathering all this water above our heads like a waterfall, and as we breathe out, we are bending it over, maybe giving ourselves a nice little tickle on the way. One more time, breathing in, collecting all that water, breathing out, and slowly coming back up to a straight spine. Lovely, everybody. Now we've come to the final part of our little practice today, which is our relaxation. So this is a really important part of our practice, and we're only going to stay here for a couple of minutes, but really, really important that we give this part a go. So we're going to come all the way down to lie down on our backs like we're going to sleep, but we're not going to sleep yet. So you can go down by having your hands behind your back, the backs of your knees, and you can slowly, or quickly, bring yourself down to the earth. Lovely. Now it's really important here in our relaxation pose that we bring our heels slightly apart and the tops of our feet can fall out to the sides and our palms can be facing towards the earth, or if we want, you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart, and you can start to close your eyes. Lovely. Slowing down your breath here. And can you feel that nice connection to your heart space and to your bellies through where your hands are? So you can focus on drawing the breath into your belly, so your hand on your belly rises, and then you're drawing your breath into your chest, so the hand on your chest rises too. And let it out of your mouth. Well done, everyone. So staying where you are. This is a nice chance, just for a minute, to practice a special kindness mantra. Now all you're going to do is you're going to stay there lying on your backs. And when I tell you a little sentence, you're going to repeat it in your own minds, okay? So staying there nice and still with your body nice and floppy. And you're breathing nice and deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're going to tell yourself the mantra, I am kind. Just telling yourself that in your mind. I am unique. I am strong. We'll do that one more time. I am kind. I am unique. I am strong. Well done, everybody. Now you want to flicker open your eyes. Release your hands down to your legs. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then slowly, in your own way, bring yourself up to seated. And we will end as we began in our neat and tidy pose, with our hands together at our heart center. And we will bow our heads slightly so we're looking towards our fingertips. And we shall thank ourselves for practicing today. Thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste.